Watch your cobbers. I'm John Atack.
Warm same attack. Oh no.
He tries.
I
Though.
tried.
You've got to give him that. Empathy, compassion, that kind of stuff. Is it any good for you? No.
No.
The best thing is to be ruthless and bully your way to the top
Gets your head.
and get everybody to do what you want, and you'll be incredibly happy.
Yeah. Actually, this brings us back to Escape from Freedom, like Eric Fromm, that suggesting that malignant narcissists don't actually have, even though you call them selfish, they don't have a strong sense of self and therefore aren't really happy.
Yeah. Before I was even born, and so was able to say unpleasant things about Sigmund Freud, Eric Fromm was already explaining that Freud was wrong about narcissism. That Freud, and it's a mistake that's frequently made, and many of the mistakes that Freud made are frequently made. We are going to have to get to him, and how he wasn't the person who discovered the unconscious. I'm so sick and tired of hearing it, and that his view of the unconscious was a childish nonsense. Let's be truthful. You want it, and you got to super. But we're not actually talking about that here. We were talking about Eric Fromm yet again, and his idea of the pseudo self, that narcissistic people that aren't people who love themselves and don't love anybody else. They don't love, and they want to be loved. They want to be, and they see love as adulation, as people saying how great they are.
Yeah,
and it makes them incredibly dangerous. Hitler, Mao, Stalin, just a few examples there. And that sort of lack of a self, that becomes a very, very important idea. We have seen this flourish of... It's right, the camera is showing a battery full sign. And I went,
warning, battery full.
Warning, battery full. So I very nearly stopped there, and I did.
Yeah.
The idea has spread through the world that we've all got to be empathetic. We've got to have empathy for people. And I agree. I think the guy's called Paul Bloom. He's a Yale psychologist. Who's put forward the case for rational compassion and pointed out that empathy is actually, it's a disorder. That if you feel empathetic towards people all the time and you've got to see the good in everything, then, I had this when I left Scientology. I had a family, I knew the parents and their two children, who were both older than me, very well, and had known them for years, and they were lovely, lovely people. And they decided they weren't going to talk to me anymore because I was saying negative things about Scientology. So we've just got to think positively, think positively, think positively. And so I suggested to them that if people had thought a little less positively about Hitler, that we might not have got into quite so much trouble. It's not a matter of being nasty to people, but it is a matter of, looking towards the best outcome, and sometimes you do have to be a little bit strict with your children. I can't remember when I was, but I'm sure I was occasionally. But the idea that having empathizing with people, just whatever, I don't agree with. I think we need to be rational in our compassion. We need to look towards what is best for the society, pro-social. What is best for future generations. And we've actually drifted into this place where we're supposed to be nice to everyone. I mean, one of the terrible manifestations of this is if two people disagree, they must both be wrong.
Yeah, the blame on both sides idea.
So somebody's raped, well, they must have done something to make this happen. This also unpacks in the antique law of karma. And let's do our next video about karma. Can we do our next video about karma?
Yes, I think it's our bad karma to do that.
So this is just to say that I believe that the fundamental virtue of human beings is compassion, to be considerate about other people and their needs and their rights as human beings. But that doesn't mean offering empathy where it's not merited. And I say this as somebody who unfortunately probably has the empathy disorder, as I think of it. I score very high on empathy checklists, and I'm way too nice to people, and it means I have an empty bank account. So if there's anybody out there who would like to empathetically fill my bank account, then that would be really lovely. Please, please. I'm John Atack.
I'm Sam
and,
Atack.
we thank you for your company. We've enjoyed it immensely. We hope you've enjoyed it too. Thank you.